Greetings, this is the Questing GM. Today is day 5 for RPG A Day 2021. The word of the day is throne. Throne was not one of the words I expected to have anything much to say in the context of RPGs. My immediate thought to the word was towards Game of Thrones, but I have yet to play the A Song of Ice and Fire RPG by Green Ronin. I'm not sure when that is going to happen, but there is another RPG with the word throne in it that I recently discovered and would like to play. During the early days of TSR in the 1970s, when Dungeons & Dragons was new, the company had actually published several RPGs. One of those included a game called Empire of the Petal Throne by M.A.R. Barker. While it had some similarities and innovations from D&D then, the more interesting aspect of it, I think, is with the world of Tecumel, which some consider it to be one of the first published RPG fantasy settings that predates even Dave Arneson's Blackmoor or Gary Gygax's Greyhawk. However, unlike Arneson or Gygax, Barker's Tecumel wasn't inspired by Western medieval fantasy roots that was to be the standard for RPGs. Creator M.A.R. Barker, being a professor of Urdu and a Muslim, said in his own words, "Socially and culturally, Tecumel is as complex and as alien to modern thinking as Byzantium, ancient Egypt, Tenochtitlan, or the India of the Mughals. Tecumel also had science fictional elements, a common trend of the time for fantasy RPGs, taking place 60,000 years into the future, set on the titular planet, co-inhabited by humans and aliens, and due to an age of failing technology, it devolved into a more familiar fantasy-esque world. So what we have here is a rich and unique made-for-RPG setting, and from what I'm being told, Barker's world building matches the level of detail as Tolkien's, a world unto itself and can't really be found anywhere else. Why did Empire of the Petal Throne didn't become as remembered as D&D today is probably a matter of debate. But there is a prevailing narrative that because the original box set was exorbitantly priced than D&D was at the time, so that gamble never really paid off, and it remains at its own niche till today. TSR sold the rights of Empire to the Petal Throne in 1975 and has changed several hands since. Its publication history is spotty, and some of its later publications may be harder to get a hold of than others. However, Barker has continued to enrich the world through these supplements and retain the world's own identity, even after nearly 50 years from its first publication. You can still find a surviving community of fans for Empire of the Petal Throne or Tecumel, as Barker has since passed on in 2012, and his writings have been preserved by the Tecumel Foundation. So Empire of the Petal Throne not only has some historical value to the hobby, but it also has a unique and rich imagination that I would like to experience at least once as a role player. Have you heard of Empire of the Petal Throne or played in it? I'd like to hear your experiences in the comments below. If you'd like to participate in RPG A Day 2021, you can refer to the links in the description, or you can use the RPG A Day 2021 tag to find a community making RPG A Day content. So this is the Questing GM for now, and I'll see you on day 6.